So I had thought about doing alcohol inks on an ornament. So I've got another one here, but instead of doing the drips on the outside, let's try them on the inside, see what happens. Well, let's hang tight. So I had a thought about dripping in simply alcohol ink, moving it around in here, creating a coating of alcohol ink, and then the final touch would be something metallic-y maybe to fill in the gaps or the holes. And I was wondering, it's like, what could I use that doesn't reactivate the alcohol ink, but just simply fills up the holes? And then I had a thought about using some of these guys. And this is Montana, I believe, yeah, Montana paints, but MTN in this case. And it's basically spray paint without the spray can. So I had a test, and my little palettes come in handy, and I put some drips in here, and I simply just ran it around and let the drips fall and run over the colors. And this is just straight up alcohol ink. And it didn't seem to reactivate the alcohol ink at all. So, yay, that works. So I think we're gonna do that. Now I've got a color palette that's some warm tones, everything from a cranberry down to kind of like corals, oranges, and a little bit of yellow. So I don't think we're gonna use copper on that. I think we're gonna use silver. So we'll go from there. All right. So take that off. Put this to the side. We don't need that today. But I will need a pipette. Where is my silver pipette? There we go. All right. So the first part is doing coverage and moving it around and creating a pattern that we're happy with of color. Now, I don't have a problem adding metallics to the inside. Yeah, I might throw this in there too. This is from Marabu, and it's their rainbow, but it's got some extra sparkles. And I seem to be definitely leaning towards that a bit. And I might throw in a couple drips of copper. Who knows? I'll try to put a photo at the end of the video. I usually do that so that way you can pause the video and write down whatever colors you're interested in, because you never know. One person might be enjoying the metallics, and then one might be enjoying, you know, say the blues, or in this case the reds, or maybe they got something for pinks. So that's why I do the still photo, so that way you can take the time to write it down at your leisure. So this basically, I guess I'm kind of creating a bloody heart right now. This is basically the process. So I'm going to put some colors here, get them to run, tilt them up, move them around. So it's going to be a little bit of dance up and down. And each new color will reactivate other colors. You'll get some that'll blend in with, say like this red here that you're seeing. They'll blend in with that red, or some that'll just stand out on their own. Let's see. And when I'm all done, if I've got any alcohol inks on the outside, just simply wipe it off with a cotton rag with alcohol on it. All right, there's quite a bit of coral there. Maybe too much. I don't know. I'll see. All right. So that. I'm sorry, I'm kind of blocking the camera there. And if there's too much ink in there, I can always drain it out into a cup. I'm I'm just simply moving it back and forth, coating the inside really well. So the other thing that's going to be interesting is the Montana will also add a little bit of opacity to this. All right. I get a cup here. Or maybe not even a cup. All right, paper towel, come in handy. I'm not worried about getting all of it out because eventually the alcohol ink will, the alcohol in the ink will evaporate. All right, I'm going to do a couple drips of copper because that will react with the alcohol that's moving around. Oops. If you can, with your metallics, make sure you give them a good shake before you use them. And I did not do that. But I will right now. So adding the copper, I was hoping would do this very thing. And add a little bit of sheen in there. That's looking really, even through it, it looks really interesting. I don't know if you can see that. All right, let's see if I can get some over here. I'm just moving some of the puddle up and down. We're getting somewhere. So that's looking really, really pretty there with the copper. All right. It's still dripping. With the heart shape, it's a little interesting trying to get it out of the shape. All right. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna add some more. Super simple. Just rotating your heart around, moving the colors. Ah! That's looking really pretty. So basically, I think what we're doing is colorizing the metallic itself. So it's turned it from a copper to this coral-like metallic color. That's kind of pretty. All right, I'm gonna drip out some of this and then time to start adding some of the Montana stuff and see what happens. All right, rotate this back and forth. All right, is any of it coming out? Doesn't seem to be. Okay. I'll move this to the side. Let's see. All right, so I've got a little pipette, and what I'm gonna do is get that quick shape first. I'm gonna wrap this around for a little bit. Oops, try to. Okay, maybe not working here. Let's try a little bit more. The theory is just to cover up most of the area, just to get some silver in here. And that way, if I dribble, it goes on the paper towel. Okay. All right. Squirt out what's remaining in there. And then I can put it on my plate and wrap carefully. And then I think what I'm going to do here, fold this up a bunch of times and put it over the nozzle or the opening. And just very carefully tilt up and around. And start covering up all the areas. Let's see what happens. Oh, there it goes. Ah. Okay. This is what happens when you experiment. You don't know what's going to happen. And sometimes there's just unknowns here. All right, so I've got a really pretty sheen in here. It's pretty transparent, especially on this side. However, what did happen by accident is I got some metallic on the outside. So I'm going to continue to go with this. So I've got some metallic on the paper towel. We're just going to run with it. What do they call this? Pouncing? Pounce away, pouncing, pouncing. Basically, I'm going with plan B or plan C kind of thing. When something doesn't work out, you just keep on going until something works out like you like it. Especially when you're trying new things. You never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to give a little dribble of silver paint onto my paper towel. And do this a little bit more intentionally. Okay, that's looking really pretty. That's looking really pretty. Okay, compared to this, to that. Okay, so much for the inside painting. We're doing the outside painting. Now the reason why I fill up the pipette and then I put the pipette back on the plate, or I empty the pipette amount immediately, is, you know how spray paints will go through and sometimes will eat up plastics and stuff? Well, that little pipette is just nothing but real thin plastic. So it'll eat through that with no problem. And how did I get a hair in there? All right, that came out good. I'm really liking how this is coming out. However, I've lost a lot of the color in here. So I bet I could add some additional color on top and just do layering. All right, now I don't want it to look like paper towel hit it. Get rid of some of that texture. A good thing about spray paint is it does dry fast, and I'm putting on thin coats. All right. My hands be a mess. I'm gonna just use what I got going on here with this paper towel and use it like a paintbrush. Because why not? Alright, there's that. I'm gonna jump to coral here real quick. I almost need something darker. Okay. No, this is dark red. I think that's darker. And that is why I put the picture at the end of the video, because I never know in the moment if I'm going to throw another color in there or just decide, I'm not going to use all those colors I just got out, and why am I got a big blob? Okay, something touched it with a big blob. All right, we'll blend that blob in. And that blob is now intentional. Almost. in there. That paper towel is well used. Let's try something else. There's some of that copper metallic that I used earlier. That's pretty. Yep. The copper seems to dry out pretty quickly on this paper towel, or absorbs in so much that it dries out quickly, you know, combination. So got to reapply and keep on going. So by pouncing it, what I'm doing here is I'm also blending it in and softening the edges at the same time. So you get those kind of blends there and there. Okay, now I got a little bit of an issue. That also means I probably have a little bit of a fingerprint. So what do? You pounce it and cover it up. Ta-da! Okay, I think we're good. This looks pretty. Yeah, so much for doing alcohol ink on the inside. But that's alcohol ink on the outside. So I'm going to put this off to the side, let it dry completely, which is not too far away from it right now. And then seal it up with a UV spray and matte finish. And I'll put a picture of that at the end of the video too. But that way it's safer to handle. And then I'll put a shiny varnish spray on top of this. So I'll get it back to a glassy type of look. Or I could do a varnish matte. So either one will work out just fine. All right. See, I ended up looking nice and pretty. All right, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, but definitely hit the bell to get notified next time I put a video out. Later, y'all.